Right now, I've got Norma, Claire, James, Erica, and Kay are presenting. Am I missing anybody? And we'll see if someone else comes back and we go live. I mean, when we get on. Oh, Tucker, you're muted. Can you hear me
There we
okay?
go.
I hear
Yeah,
you.
we're good.
You gonna watch today?
Yeah, I'm just going to be an observer.
Okay.
Check it
Well,
out, see how it goes.
I'm glad you're here.
I brought my fingerboard, though.
Bert Cardinal. That, does anybody know who that is?
Roommate. I think that's my roommate.
That's your roommate? Okay.
Yeah.
Is your roommate gonna pitch or come to support?
He is here for support.
Awesome.
Unless there's something he didn't tell me.
Should I mute mine so that I don't have background noise going on? Because I'm outside right now. Should
Yeah,
I mute it?
that's no problem at all.
Leave it on
Let
to
it mute
unmute.
now that I know who you are and all of that.
Okay, I just don't know if the cars driving by is making a lot of noise or not.
It probably will. So if you want to mute, that would be great.
Okay, got it.
I am absolutely giving up on going live today, unfortunately. We will record this and we will put this out on YouTube. With that said, I'm going to spend a little bit less time on sponsorship today because it's usually the crowd out on Facebook and YouTube that we are talking to, and I'm going to spend more time on the pitches. But this week, one of the things, so every week when we have 99 problems but a pitch ain't one, we have a sponsor and we have a standing sponsor, and the standing sponsor is always Black Lives Matter, and we always pick a subject that is related to the Black Lives Matter movement or systemic racism, or the anything to do, I guess, with some of the injustices that we see. So this week, what I am working on is, so the Fledge is the sponsor for this week. We're the sponsor about every 3 or 4 of these. And so I'm going to combine the two conversations real quick. And what I've been working on is something I want to kind of show you guys. This is, and I'm going to put this out in a YouTube channel, and that's really what I'm trying to start doing. We get a lot of resistance when we say things like defund the police. People have this vision of anarchy and wilding and all of this, and we've got a whole group of people that when they think of the police, they think of the protectors, the people that are coming to help them, the people that prevent crime. And we've got a whole group of people that when we say the police, we think of, oh shit, don't call them because we're going to get in trouble, or they're weaponized, or they're dangerous, or what have you. So when people say defund the police, on one side, it creates a fear and a that's stupid, and why would you ever do that? On the other side, it creates a yes, let's do that because I'm scared of the police. And I think that those words, and this is something I want to say very clearly. I think that agitating and educating and organizing is very important for change. And I know that when people at Black Lives Matter or people, whoever came up with the phrase or started making the phrase popular with defund the police, they are talking about the police being weaponized and being harmful for a whole set of people. Black people, people of color, BIPOC. And what I want to make sure is that I respect that agitation. I'm not trying to change the name because of anything else except that if instead of saying defund the police, we said defund crime, I bet you people would get on this more. And there's a uh, a meme going around about police don't prevent crime. They show up and take a report and usually don't do anything about it. And people can argue that, but I think it's a very profound statement that we should all start to accept. Police might deter crime. They might prevent a little crime if they, have some basketball league or something, but they're not out there preventing crime in the same way that community development and nonprofit civic organizations can, and the way that education can. I mean, a dollar in education could go a lot more towards preventing crime than a dollar in an extra bullet or a rubber bullet or a vest or whatever. So police don't prevent crime. They try to deter crime. They investigate crime, and they try to put to a case for what they would think is justice. But when we look at the whole crime system, there is the prevention that we do, there's the detection and compliance and investigation and enforcement that we do, and then there's the failure that we have. And this is based on a model, and that's what I had drawn here, a cost of quality model, where you try to prevent defects and failures, and you have inspection, and at the end of the day you have rework and waste and all of this stuff. Well, we can go to a cost of crime model where we start to reduce the cost of crime. And if we did that by eliminating the failures, which will be when a crime happens, when we have to punish people, we should take that on as a failure of our system and start to work on that to start to really prevent crime, because the police don't do it. And when you've got a strong neighborhood and when you've got a lot of crime prevention and crime is going down, you don't need police to police that neighborhood. I think that AOC said something very profound over the weekend. And she said that, when you think of defund police, think of that white suburb where they don't call the police. They try to get their teenager help. They try to make sure that they have every option available to them to not get some sort of strike on their record. And so I'm going to continue. I'm going to start a YouTube channel where I explain these models and they're very proven models across lots of different industries and lots of different problems. I want to try to apply it to crime. I want to try to destigmatize the phrase defund the police. I'm sorry that it upsets people and it scares people and it agitates people, but that agitation is kind of necessary. It's, hey, wake up, look, here's what's happening. That's the agitation. When you wake up, we'll educate. When you get educated, we'll organize. And when we organize, we will disrupt this. We will change this. We will shatter this into something different and something better. So I'm not trying to jump on the defund the police bandwagon, and I'm not trying to steal like the concept or rename the concept. I've been thinking about this for a long, long time. I tell the story of when the Fledge got shot. There's nothing the police could have done to prevent that. They waited 17 minutes before they came to the Fledge because they were scared to come in without backup. And we had 120 people here and we thought we had an active shooter. They then took everything that we investigated. We told them the name of the person to shoot us, who they were trying to really shoot, where they lived, and why they were shooting at us. And they did nothing with that. So we did the entire investigation. And at some point, it clicked with us that we really don't need to call the police. We really don't need them. They don't get our property back. They don't protect us. They don't prevent things. They don't even report it properly. what we really need to be doing is strengthening our community and making sure that people have options. You know, desperate people do desperate things. That's where some of the crime comes from. Mentally ill people do mentally ill people things. That's where some of the crime comes from. Some people, you know, kids screw around. That's where some of the crimes come from. A lot of drugs are criminalized that probably shouldn't be criminalized. Get rid of that. Decriminalize things. That's where some of the crime comes from. And let's pick at getting rid of the crime by making our community strong, making everybody educated, eliminating systemic racism, eliminating bigotry against the LGBTQ community and so many other vulnerable communities. And that's all I wanted to say about my standing. Black Lives Matter. I don't want our feeds to go back to normal. The subject of defund the police, and let's start to strengthen our community. And everybody on the screen today is doing that. And we eliminate crime that way. We eliminate not needing to be policed that way. And I do want to give you a small shout out, Jeff, though don't recite it right now. I did like your little poem that you wrote this morning about the police and all of that. That was part, here's what we could do, and part agitation, and I liked it. So shout out to you there, Jeff. Would anybody like to comment before we go into the pitches?
You're doing great work, Jerry, so keep it up. I really, really love you, appreciate you. I'm really happy you're here in Lansing. I can't imagine the city without you, so thank you so much.
Thanks, Jeff. What would you like to add, Norma?
Well, I have a kind of unique perspective because I've heard the felons when I worked with them and helped them to find jobs. And I had a visit by the head of the parole board, and I visited the MCOLS, the place that trains the police to be afraid of the citizens. And I meet with police agencies throughout the Lansing area every month. So I've thought a lot about this. I'm very much in line with BLM and the pledge. So I want to be a bridge. I don't want to build a wall. So let's you and me talk sometime about all that.
I would love that. And I think that, you know, the agitation and the education, you know, I like defund the police because I know that it makes some of these people kind of squirm and get a little uncomfortable. And I just like it when people are getting uncomfortable. But at the same time, I think it causes fear to people that didn't have fear before. So I worry a little bit about that. And, you know, yeah.
It's good when we enter our zone of discomfort.
Yep.
Because remember, our growing spaces are kind of green and tender. And so that's why it takes compassion. But we can do a good cop, bad cop way, right?
Yes. So, okay. Oh, thanks for the chat there. I've got Ozzy Real. Could you unmute Ozzy Real? And let me know if you are pitching today.
I am not.
You are not. Just watching. Welcome and thank you.
Here to support a friend. Thanks.
All right. Fonda Brewer's coming in, and then we're going to get started. Hey, Fonda, are you going to pitch?
No.
All right. Well, welcome. Glad you're here.
Well, I was trying to watch you on YouTube, but I couldn't, it wasn't working today.
We're having issues, and I'm having trouble. I guess nobody picked that up and grabbed that. Oh. Facebook said I went live.
Oh, great.
Well, I didn't though.
Well, you went
But
for
anyway.
a second and then it stopped.
I don't know why. I'm going to try to go live one more time, but that's not going to hold us up. Norma's got some things to add with their presentation, and we're ready to jump into them. Right, Norma?
Okay, you tell me when.
Okay, it's gonna, Mark is gonna start the timer, which I think you can see on your screen now, when you start speaking. Okay?
Okay. So thanks everybody for having this, especially Jerry for making it happen. and all the sponsors. I came 3 weeks ago and pitched an idea about a t-shirt. And on the front it says, "Stay back. I need to protect someone I love." And on the back it says, "And that includes you." So how friendly, you know, I'm telling the world that I care about them. And so hopefully they're not going to pull a knife on me for suggesting that masks are a good idea. So I came in third in a tight race, and it was just an idea, right? And ideas are not going to solve the problem. You got to have action. Well, my brain is tied up in the culture that I was raised in, which is very competitive and very singularistic, you know. And, you know, here I am at the pledge, loving it because it's about cooperation and collaboration. So I was thinking I had to do the whole marketing plan and incorporation and patents and garbage. I don't have any time for that. I don't like it. But this is a collaborative place. So thankfully, Jeff walked up to me afterwards and pursued me to say he's a designer and he would be happy to put my design elements together and then maybe help me connect with a printer operator. And it would happen. But if I think I've got to do all this incorporation stuff and market surveys, and because I know how to teach marketing, I did it at the college level for a couple, 3 years, and I practiced it. And I don't want to do all that. But if somebody does have at it, I'm inclined to just make it open source. So I hope that Jeff and I can connect, and I hope I can connect with more of you, and we can make this happen to protect children and adults and people we care about. That's it. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Norma. We will wait till the end. Everyone will get a chance to ask questions to the presenters. So next up is Claire. Now, Claire is going to get 120 seconds, and that is because she is practicing for a homework assignment that is due tomorrow with One and All. We're going to do this from time to time. Remember that brevity is the soul of wit, so being brief is a strength, and whether it's 100...
Come on, Jerry.
Huh? No, 120 or 99 or 20 seconds is all a really brief time, is what I was trying to say. You didn't let me finish my sentence. So even 2 minutes is a very strong, clear, concise set of ideas. So Claire's pumped up, ready to go. When you go, Claire, we're ready.
All right. Good afternoon. My name is Claire Powers, and I'm the founder of the Heroic Mama Revolution. Merriam-Webster defines a revolution as the complete and utter transformation in how something works or is understood. In our chaotic world today, where we're already facing white supremacy, patriarchal society, the industrialization of our education and medicine systems, another revolution, isn't that too much? But I believe if we look at each of the sources of pain that we are facing today, and for the root cause, at the root of it, we will find the devaluation of the role of mothers. Our current industrial patriarchy has a story of motherhood that moms are incubators for babies for 9 months and then placeholders for a few years until someone more educated or qualified comes along to teach them. It demands that she gives up her identity as an individual and gives up everything in service of others. She becomes a cog in the wheel where she doesn't question anything anymore. And tragically, she raises children who don't question anything either. If there is one thing that is true today, is that we must question each and everything in our society. It becomes a revolutionary idea to believe that when a baby is born, so too is a mother. A mother who is not a placeholder. She is a warrior, a protector, a caregiver, and a role model. She is a goddess and a hero. The Greeks defined a hero as an individual with the strength for two, and the greatest weapon they wield is love. The heroes that we seek to bring about a better future are not out there, they are in here. The Heroic Mama Revolution will be a membership platform costing $10 a month with access to the Heroic Mama's notes, Cliff Notes for busy mamas. Personal development for moms, by a mom. We can change the world, but it is up to us.
All right. Hit it right on zero.
Thank you.
Have you already recorded, Claire?
No, I actually missed the entire second half of my pitch there, so I'm going to be doing a lot of practice tonight.
Okay. All right. Number 3 is James. You ready, James? You're muted, bud. All right.
Yeah, okay, I'm ready now. Sorry.
No worries. Hold on one second.
Um,
Thank you, Norma. We'll let you know if you win. We'll see
Thank
you
you.
later, okay?
Thanks.
All
Keep
right.
doing
my
what you're
microphone
doing.
working okay? I'm not.
Yes, you sound good. So if you're ready to go, you can go.
Okay. So Art with Friends is a project that I've been working on for about 2.5 years. And when I started it, it was mostly pop-up and in-person events. And lately I've been focusing more on distributing high quality supplies to children in Lansing. I recently had a contest for kids, and that was a really big success. And one of the people who won the award was someone who wanted to be an art student, and they got some high quality art supplies, and I was really excited about that. The project I've been working on now is I put together 40 of these bags that have little activities in them, and I'm making a YouTube video class to show how to use the items in the bag. And I think that having art is just really important for healing from trauma and for expressing yourself and being an individual human being. And it's really hard to do that if you don't have access to quality supplies, or at the very least, it can be very frustrating using rose art markers and stuff. So I've distributed art supplies to about 30 kids now, and these bags will go to 4 more kids, and my in-person events have reached about 200 or 300 people now. So thank you.
All right. Thank you, James. Erica, you're up next.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. In my early 30s, I made some very poor choices regarding the company I kept and social environments I placed myself in. Eventually, I found myself struggling with hard drugs and an abusive relationship with a dangerous person. Change was not something I could make happen on my own. I sought help from my intense mental and emotional issues from several support groups, agencies, and organizations. None of these roads led to effective support. Most of the people that should have helped me failed to follow through with their responsibilities, and some of them outright betrayed me. These painful and frustrating experiences proved to be an invaluable learning opportunity. I'm an intelligent and capable person, and I was dedicated and committed to changing my life. If it were that hard for me to find effective support, it must be doubly hard for people that aren't as capable or committed. My pain and frustration birthed my business idea. Jubilee will be a comprehensive network that strives to meet people's long-term relational needs and supports the transformation of individuals and therefore the transformation of our community. The business operations of Jubilee will include providing high-quality home care and low-income housing. Securing jobs and housing with our organization is how most people will initially engage with our network. From there, they will be connected with mentors and other free resources that support positive change. All properties will be exceptionally well maintained, and profits will be funneled into projects that enrich the lives of our employees, clients, and tenants, and therefore support the resiliency of our community and not gentrification. If I win today, the money will be used to produce an upcoming event, the 4th annual When September Ends. This event is evolving into an annual gathering and fundraiser that supports Jubilee's mission. It fosters genuine community by intentionally bringing together people from all walks of life and encouraging them to share authentically and vulnerably through art, music, and storytelling. Thank you for letting me share.
All right, Erica, thank you very much. And we still got Kay. Awesome. All right, Kay, it's your turn.
Can you guys hear me okay? I'm in the car.
Yeah. Do you have a self-driving Tesla?
Yes, she does. Yes, she does.
Oh, okay. Well, hi,
Or
Tesla. It's
chauffeur.
nice to meet you.
Okay, well, hello, I am Kay Perkins, and I am the founder of Knowledge Upon Precepts. And I have a few questions for you guys today. Are you content with your life? Are you stuck in a rut? Have you tried to implement lasting change and have been unsuccessful? Have you started things and stopped and started and never finished them? Are you overwhelmed, frustrated, floundering in discontentment? In a nutshell, what I want to know is that, are you sick and tired of being sick and tired and ready to do something different? So if your answer is yes, well, I have good news for you. We are at Knowledge Upon Precepts are here to assist you into becoming the best person that you can be, living your best life. We focus on holistic healing, and we provide professional services, including career services, health and wellness services. We have professionals that deal with nutrition and actual fitness. We provide services online and in person. And we're here to help you by giving you the tools that you need to become the person that you were meant to be. So my last question to you is, what's stopping you from becoming the best person you can be when all the tools and resources are available to you? Thank you, and I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to pitch.
Good job, Kay. Thanks for coming and pitching with us. And it's nice to meet you. And if anybody is saying, Perkins, where'd I see that name? And Kay and Kayla, that's what I did last week. This is Kayla's mother. And Coach Perky is how you know Kayla. And Kayla was a hatching participant and a previous winner of 99 Problems. So welcome, Kay. It's nice to have you.
Thank you.
Margie joined the call and Ozzy Real joined the call. After I had the list of presenters, does anybody else want to present today? I'm gonna take that as a no. And I have to give a quick shout out to Shannon, because I just realized that the reason we were able to go live is because she went live on her phone and is broadcasting it through her phone, just the screen of the Zoom. So thanks a lot, Shannon, for doing that. That'll at least get that out there for us. Now what we will do, and I think, did Kay just, oh no, Kay's still there. Now, anybody who wants to ask anybody a question, please feel free to do that, okay? So does anybody have a question for Claire, James, Erica, or Kay? Norma dropped off, so we can't ask her questions now.
This
I have
is
a question for
Fonda.
Kay.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Sorry, thanks, Fonda. Kay, I was wondering where you're located, your brick and mortar for your in-person.
We are located in Lansing. I have a small office at home currently, and I also have some space at the Lansing Area AIDS Network, where I am a test counselor and coach there. We do a lot. We're actually trying to transition everything online because of COVID, and it really put a damper on me actually having a physical location, you know, with all the requirements and the mask and all that kind of stuff. And so we are actually building all of our courses and workshops and different things out online in our annual conference as well. So, yeah.
Awesome, thank you.
Fonda, you were gonna ask something?
Yeah, I wanted to say congratulations to all the presenters. I absolutely love watching this show every week, and you guys are just amazing. And my first question was to Claire. I love your shirt. Can you tell me a little bit more about what does it say at the bottom and what is the design in the middle?
Sure. So these are t-shirts I had made last year. It says, I am a heroic mama, becoming all I can be. That is my personal guiding mantra, has been since my hero's journey began with all of this. I wake up every morning and put my feet on the ground and hand over my heart and say, I am a heroic mama, becoming all I can be. And that kind of helps me set my mindset for the day of what challenges are going to be coming when I say, first thing, I am a hero. And in the middle is a mountain range. That climbing a mountain isn't a piece of cake or a walk in the park. It's supposed to be challenging, it's supposed to be hard, and that we only get to the peak one step at a time. And I actually sold these last year as a fundraiser for a maternal wellness advocacy. And I'm excited this year to be doing another t-shirt design and fundraiser this fall.
Awesome. Well, I want to hear more about it, and I have to buy a t-shirt. And then my other question is for, I think it was James who may have mentioned will be participating in an upcoming event. And I wanted to see if anybody else was going to be doing any events coming up. And also, hello to Kay Porter. I love her. She knows why. I asked her, I met her last week or a couple weeks ago and at Panera's, and I had to go inside and I didn't want to leave my table unmanaged. And I didn't know her from Adam. And I said, would you watch my table while I go in and get my breakfast? And when I went in, this other lady came to sit at my table and she was about to beat the living daylights out of her. And I'm just kidding, but she really protected my table. What she didn't know and what I failed to tell her was that that was my breakfast guest. And it was hilarious. So, hi, Kay. It's good to see you.
Hello.
Okay,
So those are my comments. If anybody has anything going on, any shows that you're participating in, love to hear about it. Thank you.
I'm having some connection issues, so I don't have video right now, but I'm not having a upcoming event. I'm going to be putting these bags out for kids and have a video that they can watch, because it's not really safe to have a whole bunch of kids together doing art like I normally do.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I have a few things going on. We have a 5-day wellness challenge that we host every month. And it focuses on holistic health with the emphasis on gut health being like really essential in your whole way of thinking. And so the challenge is basically dealing with health issues in addition to mindsets that cause us not to do the things that we should do and to cause us to do the thing.
We lost Kay's audio there. We lost her video and audio. And I will post something I'll see if I can get a summary from Kay and look at the events from her Facebook page, and I'll post something there. I like what Fonda's doing. Anytime any of you guys can promote your events and your products and all of that, please take advantage of this platform to do that. That's why we are here. We want people watching. We want people participating. We want people interacting and connecting with you. So having a little bit of connection problems. Anybody else while we're asking?
I have an event.
Yeah, Erica.
I have an event coming up. It's called When September Ends, and it's a celebration of the pain and struggle that goes along with being homeless. And normally in other years, we've invited everybody that's at the City Rescue Mission and given them a pretty good party. You know, there's lots of events that will give homeless people or people that are in need like food and clothes and hygiene. And I wanted to take it a step further and give them an experience. So in the past, they've watched the entertainment, and there's been an open mic, and MSU Science Theater has come and done like science experiments, and they get like all sorts of gifts and stuff from the vendors and that sort of thing. Had to change the format some for this year because of the pandemic. And I actually am kind of excited about the change, and I think I might stick with it because I think it makes more of an impact the way that I want my projects to make an impact. Is so for this year, we've invited one family that recently struggled with homelessness. They have a home now, and that's good because we're able to bless them with donations and that sort of thing that they can keep in their house, because when you're homeless and in a shelter, then you don't really have a place to put stuff anyway. So it doesn't make sense to be giving homeless people all sorts of things that they won't be able to really hold on to. So yeah, that's what we're doing on September 26th at the Fledge when September ends. Just trying to bless and honor one family with all sorts of donations and experiences, and also like really do our best to put some positive relationships around them. I've already connected with the mom of this family, and we've spent some time together. Like last night, we actually went to a show at Urban Beats called Quantum Harmonies, had a great time. And she remarked on how, you know, she hasn't done that sort of thing ever pretty much, you know, so yeah, thanks for letting me share.
You're welcome. Thanks for sharing. Anybody else with either events or questions for anybody, or would you like to get voting?
I will throw out real quick. It is not me personally, but it is the co-housing community that I live in here in Lansing is hosting on Labor Day weekend, Friday at 6 p.m. an open air community concert in our communal garden space. So we will have a microphone set up. You can bring a picnic blanket or chairs and enjoy some beautiful music. We have some wonderful musicians who live here in our community who will be playing, but the microphone will also be open for anybody else who'd like to share their talent with our community. And the funds that we'll be raising that night will go towards the Lean On Me Community Fund. It will go towards helping members in our community pay for mortgage, rent, utilities, or any other financial difficulties that they're facing during this time. So it will be our first kickoff event to launch the fund, and we're hoping to continue to grow it over the years as we continue to face different struggles over time at different times. So bringing everyone together and knitting together our community a little stronger to share our resources. And you can find out about it at the Genesee Co-Housing Community Facebook page.
All right. Thank you, Claire. Have you shared that like in the fledglings page too?
No, I just saw the committee members. They were just finishing up the flyers and putting it up on their Facebook page today, and then I'll be posting it over.
Okay, awesome. Any other questions? Okay, quick rule. I see that, so Kay and Norma have both dropped out, and it could be connection problems. I'm going to state this right now. I'm giving them their own vote, right? So if Kay is tied with James at the end, then Kay's vote's going to put her over. Is that okay with everybody? Yeah? James, I'm going to assume you're going to say okay.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. And then out on Facebook, we are still live. So I am going to put it to the crowd there. I have launched the poll. So number 1 is Norma in the t-shirt business. Claire is number 2 with Heroic Mama. James is number 3 with Art with Friends. Erica is number 4 with Jubilee. And Kay is number 5 with, I forgot the name of it, but Coaching with Kay. Sorry, I forgot to write hers down. Waiting for the Facebook results real quick out in Facebook. If you want to vote, you have another minute or so. So during the 99 problems, I'm just gonna mention a couple things. One is that somebody walked into the Fledge when they were in here, or when we were talking, and they had on like a bandana for their mask, and that's not going to be an acceptable mask for the Fledge. We've got Fledge or masks here that will switch out with you, but I would recommend if you're only using a bandana, What the findings are is that the bigger particles are going through it, but being broken up when they get thrown or go through it, and it spreads a bigger aerosol. So we will not find bandanas as an acceptable mask solution. You'd have to put a paper one on. Now you might say, Jerry, you wore that one bandana that said True on it that whole time, but I had an N95 mask underneath that each time that I wore that. So I was really trying to keep that from being so dirty. But bandanas aren't good masks to wear. They can actually be worse than no mask at all. We are, okay. We're good on Facebook. I am going to in the poll and then share your results. James, no matter what I do, you win. Okay, so good job, James. And then what I mean by that is if I give Kay her vote and I give Norma her vote, and I combine in with the Facebook vote, we still.
Oh, thank you. I'm so excited.
Okay, all right. So now, what did James do? Lesson to everybody. James brought 3 or 4 people with him, right? So when you do that, you make it bigger, you give me more energy, you make that happen, and you get more votes. So keep it up. Keep getting people. Kay is coming back in. Hey, Kay. Oops. Get this out of the way. So while Kay's coming back in, also, who's also pissed at John for blowing smoke in our face this whole time? It makes me, I keep wanting to move out of the way. So John and I were doing a study about vaping, and if the particles could, not doing a study, studying the concept and doing some research online about whether vaping can increase the spread of COVID particulates. And what do you think, John? Did you do any more research after?
Yeah, from what I can tell, it definitely can, especially in closed rooms. Like in the small room I'm in right now, it would just fuck up everyone in it.
Yeah. So if you are a vapor, take extra care to get away from people more, and think about if somebody's vaping around you, if you can smell that, that might be carrying particles to you that you don't want to have.
Yeah, if you can smell it, you're probably exposed.
So, and every time he blew it in my face, I thought of us talking about that on Friday, but it wasn't really in my face. Kay, you had a strong showing, but you didn't beat out James. So we were kind of waiting for you. I see your audio's on, so hopefully you're hearing me. And I've got one new message here. But I think that is a wrap. So you did good, Kay, but James, you know, giving kids art supply, it's hard to beat. Plus he brought a bunch of friends with him. So thank you for joining.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I do that too. I'm a student support specialist for the Lansing School District, and I gave $500 worth of supplies out of my own pocket for Christmas for the Center for Success this fall. So good job, James. I really appreciate you helping us out.
Thank you so much. That's really cool.
Kendall was asking about a double fabric mask, okay? And yes, the ones that you're making and with what you have in the middle, that is okay. A bandana by itself will break up those particulates. And we'll post some more about that as well. So I'm gonna post 2 things. Everybody's events when I get them figured out, because we lost you a little bit, Kay. So I'll come stalk your Facebook and see what events you have and repost them onto the fledgling. And then Erica, everyone else, of course, will repost in the fledgling groups as well. So we had a lot of people here today. I think that was great. Thanks for bringing your friends, James. It always helps. That's marketing, that's sales, that's making people show up. So James with friends showed James with friends. So in your face, everybody else. So good job, James. And oh, Claire, we lost her. I just want to make a comment that, you know, Claire keeps staying really agile and is coming back strong and doing the 2-minute video. And I really think she's really, really good at pitching and really refining her pitch really well. And then Erica, I was thinking about you this morning with, you know, that one person, one day at a time concept. And I was kind of looking out in my backyard thinking, you know, if all of us could just one day help one person, we wouldn't have, nobody would have a worry. We'd all be taking care of each other and everything. I mean, I know it sounds corny and oversimplified, but it really is one little problem at a time, all day long, us helping each other overcome this. So, you know, again, the friendship, the love, the new people, Kay, I don't know if you know how much we're going to fall in love with you so quickly. But we really are, we're really happy that you're here. And, you know, everybody on the screen is trying to make this community stronger. And I love you all for it. And I appreciate you all for it. So with that, I'm going to go out unless somebody else wants to do it.
Thank you, Jerry. Bye,
Thank you, everyone.
everyone.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
You too.
Have a great
Drive safe.
day, everybody.
See y'all.